Rational expressions. And I've written the steps over here on this side. We're going to go through these steps. Now, sometimes we won't have to use all of the steps. It will just depend on how complicated the rational expression is. So we're dividing fractions. So dividing fractions is easy as pie. We flip the second and multiply. So the first thing that we're going to do is flip it over. So it's going to be 12 divided by 7 times 11r over 4. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look to see if we have any binomials in our numerators or denominators, which we do not, so we don't have to put parentheses in. We don't have any binomials or trinomials that we can factor, so we can skip that step. The next thing we're going to do is reduce the fractions or cancel out any parentheses that match on the top or the bottom. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to cross reduce. So 4 goes into 4 one time, and 4 goes into 12 3 times. We don't have any parentheses that can cancel out, so we don't have anything else that's in the numerator that matches anything in the denominator. So all we're going to do is multiply across. So 3 times 11 is going to be 33r. And 7 times 1 is 7. Now we're going to double check to make sure that our GCD for 33 and 7 is 1. And I'm looking at my R's. Where do I have more R's? I have them in the top. How many more do I have? 1, so it stays there. So my answer is going to be 33R over 7. All right, so now we have division again. So the first thing that we're going to do is flip the second fraction and multiply. So it's going to be x squared plus 10x plus 16 divided by x squared plus 6x plus 8 times x plus 4 over 1. Now remember, that was our first step. The second step is to look to see if we have any binomials, which we do have a binomial here. So our second step is going to be to put our parentheses around that binomial. Now, step number 3 is to factor. So what we're going to do is come over here on the side, and we're going to do x squared plus 10x plus 16, and we're going to see if we can factor t it. We'll start with the 16 and the 10. And we'll notice that we can do 8 times 2 is 16, and 8 plus 2 is 10. So our factors are going to be x plus 8 and x plus 2. Now we're going to go over here and we're going to take the next trinomial and see if we can factor it. X squared plus 6x plus 8. And we're going to see if the factor t works for that. So the 8's going to slide right over there. It's going to be 8, and we're going to get 6 for our middle term. So we're going to do 4 times 2 is 8, and 4 plus 2 is 6. So our factors are going to be x plus 4, x plus 2. Now what we're going to do is go back into our problem, and we're going to substitute in our factored forms. So this is going to be x plus 8 times x plus 2. And this is going to be x plus 4, x plus 2 times x plus 4 over 1. Now, our next step is to reduce or cancel out. So we don't have any numbers that we can just reduce with fractions like we did on the other one. But we do have some matching parentheses. And as long as the parentheses matches identically to 1 in the denominator, then we can cancel it out. Now the great thing is as long as it's multiplying, it doesn't matter which denominator it's in. So I can cancel 2 out here, or I can cancel this one out with one that's over here. What's most important is that the parentheses match identically, and that you have 1 in the numerator and 1 in the denominator. So when I go to cancel out, This x plus 2 is going to cancel out this x plus 2. And this x plus 4 is going to cancel out this x plus 4. And that leaves me with x plus 8 over 1, which equals x plus 8. And now you know how to divide rational expressions.